You think feminism has gone too far or not far enough?
I think it's gone too far.
Too far. Too far. Way too far.
What is going on, people? Today we got a special episode brought to you by Alpha Central titled "The Anti-Feminist Movement Has Finally Begun." This is one crazy episode and I can't wait for you guys to watch it. Let's go.
Either give up your right to vote or give up your right to an.
Give up my right to vote. I hit so many.
Give up my right to
What?
What do you mean too many? How many?
vote. Who?
More or less than 10?
Less.
More or less than 5?
Less.
Equal.
What?
The real question we should be asking is, how did we go wrong in society where this is the new norm, where women openly are talking about how many abortions they're having?
Women's sports should get paid more, get more recognition. What do you guys think?
For sure, like, we deserve equality, so definitely should.
Topic of women's sports, can you name any WNBA teams?
Of course
Women's
not.
sports just like don't get as much publicity or as much attention as men's sports.
What's the WNBA team that plays here in New York?
Oh, I have no idea.
I mean, women deserve equal pay. They do equal amounts of work.
Can you name any WNBA players?
No, I can't. I don't like sports a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
They're both playing the same sport. Women are equal to men, so I don't see why not.
Can you name at least like any players, any WNBA players?
Damn, and I know one off the top of the head. It's not gonna come off.
No, I cannot name a WNBA player.
Who's trapped in Russia right now? I forget her name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's right, yeah. I'm gonna give you her first name and let's see if you can get the last name. Ready? Brittany.
Spears.
Not a basketball player, but good try.
All it comes down to is viewership. How much money do they generate? And as you guys just seen, nobody watches the WNBA or any female sport for that matter. Like, name me one popular female sport, please. In the comment section, I'm curious. What is the most popular sport that women play?
I'm gonna say something that might tick a few people off, but I'm not here to coddle anyone's feelings. I posted this on Facebook, so I have to make a video about it. You know how your girl is. Anyway, I'm tired of watching modern feminism tear down men like they're the problem. Like everything wrong in the world is somehow a man's fault. Enough already. I have sons, I have a man I respect, and I see what this culture is doing to them, constantly being told they're toxic, oppressors.
God, lady.
And not needed. That's not empowering women. That's breaking men. Men are wired to lead, protect, provide, and build. That doesn't make women less. It just means we're not the same. And honestly, I believe men are superior in certain ways, just like women are in others. We are girls. That's not hate, that's just balance. God designed order, not confusion. And I will always speak life into the men around me and not tear them down to make myself feel bigger, because I'm not.
I love what she's saying, but holy God, lady, you gotta work on your reading skills.
I love the patriarchy. Do not F the patriarchy. Keep chains on the ground. Oh, he's getting down. Little women. My big man takes care of the home.
Holy God. Yeah, it's all fun and games until a Category 5 hurricane shows up and then the men have to rescue everyone.
You think feminism has gone too far or not far enough?
I think it's gone too far.
Too far. Too far. Way too far.
I think feminism has gone too far, of course.
Men hating at this point.
You know, that's a tricky question. I think everybody's definition of feminism is very different. You know, I think every woman is a little bit of a feminist in their own way based off of the belief that, you know, females are capable of great things and women really can rule the world if they want to. But I don't think that feminism should regard, you know, canceling the men that we need in our life. And this world isn't just women, it is men as well. And men play a very, very large aspect in keeping our politicians and our government and our world running properly, and I think that they have just as much to bring to the table as women do.
That is spot on. The feminist movement has done more harm then good.
It's like an instant green flag, something that makes a man more attractive.
A man that know how to change a tire, do like manly things around the house, you know, provide for his family.
Would you do the feminine things? Would you cook? Would you clean?
Of course. That's what a woman's supposed to do. That's what a woman's supposed to do.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
man should not have to ask you to clean. If he's paying those bills, you should be cleaning, cooking, take care of those kids, having his water ready, having his food ready.
Spot on. There's gender roles for a reason. If a man's worked all day, why should he come home, cook, clean, and take care of the kids?
Feminism's still relevant in society today.
Kind of turned into something that's more of like a hatred of masculine energy. Like I work with some people who would consider themselves heavy feminists, and they are constantly dogging on men, and they openly say, I hate men, but they use their like feminism kind of identity. It's almost an excuse for behavior. We're not living in a day and age where women are constantly being suppressed anymore by men.
The feminist movement now is more about hating men than empowering women. And let that sink in for a second.
Tell you what I don't accept from now on. Any woman that is the height of 5'1" or 5'2" or and below, you need a man. You know why? Let me tell you. Look, I'm 28 and I'm done with two-step ladders. Okay? I'm a damsel in distress. I'm saying it out loud now. I don't give a. I need someone to come and help me with these sheets. I cannot do this on my own. I can do emotional. I could do, I could do a lot of things. But this, Lord have mercy on my soul. I can't do it. I can't do it to save my life. It takes so much of my energy, and the fact that I'm using only a quarter of this bed, it doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense. I no longer want to be an independent woman. Do you hear me? Is anyone hearing me? I don't want to be an independent woman. I'm just putting it out there. I'm looking for a man, a healthy relationship. I'm done with this, bro. This is stupid. This is stupid. Oh, you know what? That's it. I'm giving ultimatums. I'm either going to get into a relationship that's healthy in the next coming 6 months, or I'm throwing this bed away. There's no point. There's no point. There's no point.
Of course, did you guys see the cat in the back? A lonely cat lady complaining about men.
Are you a feminist?
Kind of.
What do you mean by that?
The feminists nowadays, though, they're a little bit too much, so they kind of overuse the word, and some of their beliefs are more than what it originally started off as.
What it originally started off as?
Yeah, like the right to vote, the right to work, the right to, have someone watch your kids, but now it's like, talk a little about a woman, it's like, all hell breaks loose with a feminist. So I'm in between.
You're in between.
Yeah, but I do believe in the rights. I feel like the woman has the right to do half the chores, but if the man's taking care of her, do it all. I don't want to work every day. I want to be a stay-at-home wife.
At this point, I think most women have realized that this whole modern feminist movement is a complete lie.
We want to dismantle the whole feminist movement. Yes, we do. We are anti-feminist. We've been anti-feminist the whole time because so many reasons. I don't even know how long. I mean, there's so many reasons why there's anti-feminism, but we want women to realize that it is untrue that they want to pay 50-50 on a date. That's false. I don't know one woman who is saying that without her being traumatized by a man.
Or hardened in the distortion of masculinity.
Exactly.
Every woman wants to be a feminist until it's time to pay. Then all of a sudden, they're all traditional conservative women.
It was invented by men, and then you get back in that nice luxury automobile and you go back home on those roads built by men.
That is because women are still catching up. For the longest time, we're still catching up. What? No, listen.
No, men are just better than us.
A lot of the time in like scientific communities back in the day, like Marie Curie, she discovered radiation, and then a guy took it off her desk and put his on it. Women
All those
are
female inventions.
Wi-Fi was invented by a woman. Like,
No, it
think of look at a house built by a woman and look at a house built by a man. It is way more functional. They don't put the laundry room downstairs.
Women don't build houses.
I would say they're more efficient.
But do you know why that is? You're right. You're actually right. The reason that women build more or design more functional houses than men do, from architecture standpoints, is because when men do the architecture for a home, they encompass the family unit and the woman's needs. That's why. So what men do when they look at a home is they take into account the entire idea of the family structure for convenience, and then they incorporate that, and women don't.
Does nobody else think it's just diabolical how she said that men had a head start? Like men somehow, evolved 1,000 years before women, so we have this head start now? Like, what is she talking about?
Nothing will make me lose respect for a man faster than to be in the presence of a man and he see me struggling as a woman, or see any woman struggling, and he won't even take his hands out of his pockets or lift his hands to help a lady. Zero respect for men like that. I was just now in a setting struggling to lift an office chair that was really heavy, to get it from one place to the next place, and I had to lift it and carry it a short distance. Two men stood by in executive positions and watched me struggle to lift that chair, and watched me struggle to carry that chair to where it needed to be, to return it to it was a very short distance back to its proper place. Zero respect. I have zero respect for men who will watch a woman struggle. If men will stand by and watch you struggle, even in lifting a chair, they will stand back and watch you struggle in other areas of your life. When it comes to women, children, and senior citizens, I have a soft place in my heart for those three populations because they are the weakest populations on the face of the earth. To watch a senior citizen, a woman, or a child struggle, and as a man you do nothing, I have zero respect for any man who will watch a woman struggle and do nothing to help her. It says volumes about your character. Volumes.
So hold up, for the past, 20, 30 years, you've been asking for equality. And now that you did get equality, you're complaining that men are not doing enough. Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, these arguments are just so dumb at this point. You've been asking for this, you got it, and now you're complaining.
Why would I be a feminist when I can just be feminine? Feminist ideology tries to convince women that relying on men is wrong. Bring down the patriarchy. And women actually benefit the most from this patriarchy. Let's let the men lead. Let's let the men go to war, do the tough jobs, work 80 hours a week, and let the ladies get her nails done, learn to cook, learn to sew. There's no pride in being Miss Independent. Important for everyone, man and woman, to be able to be independent and take care of themselves, but you don't win a trophy because you didn't rely on a man. The feminist ideology is the opposite of femininity. The happiest women I know are in relationships with men. And the most bitter people I know are single girls who are feminists. Any ideology that breeds contempt for an entire race, aka the male race, is not beneficial for you. The feminist ideology tells women to take charge, which literally doesn't let men act as they should, being masculine and manly and leading. So I'm honestly not surprised that a lot of these feminists have had bad experience with men because they probably kneecapped every single thing that made that man masculine. So this is your sign to ditch the feminist movement and embrace femininity instead.
I wholeheartedly agree with everything she just said. Have you guys realized that feminists are usually the most bitter women you'll ever encounter?
You consider yourself a feminist?
No.
Can I see why?
Because I like being treated like a woman.
Okay.
No. I like my doors open.
Sure.
I like being a woman.
Yes, women are able and capable to do some things, but there's also things that women should be taking care of, that they are more running out there and trying to do things that men are doing, when we do have our roles to even out the playing field between men and women.
Okay.
Do I support women in all this stuff? Absolutely. If that's your guys' thing, more power to you.
Right.
I'm not saying that there are gender roles anywhere, but there's a lot of women that are trying to push being in a man's role of like a job of like a mechanic and I'm not saying you can't do it. I've done my own stuff, but where they're doing it to prove a point rather than is their passion and doing it because that's what they've chosen, but doing it to prove a point, that's where I have a problem with it.
And you know what the crazy part is? I can almost guarantee you that both these women that were just interviewed have a husband and kids at home.
People on this app act like this is the worst thing in the world. Stay-at-home mum. My husband's at work providing for our family. I have some sourdough fermenting on the bench, a baby, an apron, a cute dress. I'm tiddling around the house, cleaning things, making myself food. I can go to the beach if I want. I can go to a cafe if I want. I can take my kids to the park if I want. I can go lay out in the sun. I have this cuteness right here that I get to look at all day, that I get to hang out with. Okay, I have another kid that's napping right now, so I get some peace and quiet. I don't understand why this lifestyle is so controversial. In my opinion, I've been the boss girl. Yes, I do run a business, but I do that on the side. But I'm talking about, I've been out, like, have had a 9 to 5. I've, had the corporate job. I have made a lot of money outside of the home with no kids. Lived the boss babe lifestyle, and I hated it. It was so exhausting. I was constantly overwhelmed. My gut health was in the trash. My cortisol levels and my stress hormones were like through the roof. Now I just get to bake bread and hang out with babies all day. Isn't it the best thing in the world? It's the best thing in the world.
The question I love asking these women that love to go to work to 9 to 5, but then go home and complain to their husbands is like, do you respect your boss more than your husband? Because you don't talk back to your boss. You don't say a lot of these rude things that you say to your husband.
Okay, here's why more and more young women are rejecting feminism and just do not want to be associated with it at all. I think these younger generations have really, really good BS detectors. So on its face, feminism sounds great, right? Equality for all and girls supporting girls. That sounds so beautiful. But the second you kind of test that out, you very quickly find that it has just become a total facade. If I'm putting on makeup for my husband to come home from work, or if I'm cooking for him, they get upset. They don't like that. Like, whoever the head of PR is for feminism needs to be fired. They are doing a horrible job because almost all of their representatives who are outspoken, they just seem so miserable, so hateful, so bitter. It doesn't look fun at all. Nothing about that sounds appealing. I think that's why we're starting to see the trad wife stuff on TikTok, is because people are so sick of the other side, so done with the angry, man-hating, putting women down.
Feminists will bash her for getting pretty for her husband who's coming home from work, but are perfectly fine with a wife or a woman who's in a serious relationship getting all dolled up first thing in the morning to impress other men at work. But they're perfectly fine with that.
All right, guys, I'm ready to light some fires. This is why I do not agree with feminism. And to clarify, I mean nuanced feminism. This topic has so much breadth that I'm just going to touch the surface with it. 1. Nuanced feminism has gone above and beyond to demonize traditional values from women. And by this, I mean traditional roles such as having children, staying at home and supporting their husbands emotionally and spiritually, and being caretakers. 2. It is now merged with extreme leftist beliefs, especially pertaining to the LGBTQRST movement, where we now have men claiming to be women, and it is widely accepted, with verbiage such as birthing people, breastfeeding people, and menstruating people. I'm sorry, but isn't telling men that they can be women the exact opposite of feminism? Men do not birth, men do not menstruate, and men do not breastfeed. 3, it has greatly degraded men and their attribute to society. Feminism is supposed to be advocating for rights for women. We now live in a day and time when they have included the entire population, including men. How does that make sense? Lastly, I'm going to say this once, so listen to me good. Men and women are not equal, biologically, spiritually, or emotionally. By pushing this equality agenda, we have deeply degraded the innate divinity that is being a woman.
All feminism is usually single middle-aged women who can't find a husband. Now they're mad at every single man. And that's what it comes down to.
I just came across this. And this young lady is upset because she has a flat tire. And she said men rolled by her and asked her what her Instagram was, but didn't offer to change her tire. And she says, don't worry about it. I can do it on my own. I'm about to change this tire. Well, ma'am, what happened to your other shoe? I ain't never seen it where changing the tire requires somebody to take off their shoe. Clearly, you have no idea what you're doing. Now, here is the other thing about those men not stopping. Didn't women say that they were strong, independent, and didn't need a man? How is it all of a sudden when you get a tire flat that a man should just randomly stop by and help you change your tire. You got this. And that's a Porsche. You're supposed to have roadside assistance with Porsche. You can just call them. How is it that men ain't crap because you don't have the resources that you need? Well, if you had a husband, you can just call your husband, tell him to come out there and change the tire.
Keep in mind, a few months ago, women said they'll rather be in a forest with a bear than a man, and now they need a man to change a tire. Why don't you call that bear to help change that tire? And that is it for today, folks. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Have a good day.